How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to my channel, and in this video we're going to be taking on J-Scurv and his Winnipeg Jet Punches, the quarterfinals of the BBR Summer Scramble, and yeah, obviously pretty hyped to be here, pretty excited to be honest. I actually was kind of breaking the fourth wall here. I started to prep for the guy that J-Scurv beat, because it was Owen, it was OG Albina, and I really wanted to play him because I have the Salamence. And, you know, I just thought that would be cool. But apparently J-Scurv 6-0'd him. I don't know how. I haven't, that battle, I haven't seen anything from that. It might have been the Quaquaval. Might have been like a Swords Dance Weavile. I don't really know. I'm assuming it wasn't the Garchomp. Anyway, this is past the scope of the video. But yeah, obviously we're kind of fortunate to be here. I feel like we've been pretty lucky in this tournament, hacks-wise. Not to say that we haven't played well. Oops. I didn't mean to do that. I just think, we've been in situations where we've played overly cautious at times, and also just the prep. I feel like at times we've been kind of out prepped for a game. I'm hoping this isn't like that. You can see my opponent's 8. It's pretty powerful. I think his top 6 are most likely. I think Glimmet has a chance to come, but I'm not gonna get overly worked up about it, because he might try to hazard stack and stuff with that Golden Go. It makes sense, but I don't know. I don't really know. I don't know if there's any data on these mons, so I don't know. If he's been bringing Leafeon and Glimmet or not, but I would imagine his top 6 have been putting in the most of the work for him. But we got some pretty interesting things going on. So let's go straight into the boxes and show you what's up. So yeah, first up we have the Reveille, the Greninja, with 40 attack EVs, 252 special attack, and 216 speed, with a rash nature, which is going to be boosting our special attack, lowering our special defense, as you see there. Ice Beam, Extra Sensory, Dark Pulse, and U-Turn. We are Battle Bond and not Protean, mainly because I feel like Battle Bond late game is really going to help us. I feel like these 4 moves hit his team really hard. That's why we are Expert Belt. I don't know if I ever said that. We are Expert Belt here. Because look, Garchomp, Ice Beam. Obviously the Quaquaval can Terrastalize, but if it's not yet and it comes in thinking it's going to resist our moves, Extra Sensory, boom, we do like a lot of damage with that. That's going to be really cool. Might even do enough to where like I can click one of the other moves expecting him to Terrastalize, and then I force him out maybe. And then Ice Beam hits Zapdos. We can Dark Pulse Golden Go, Dark Pulse Uxie, U-Turn Weavile, Extra Sensory Glimmet, and Ice Beam or U-Turn the Leafeon. So yeah, we hit everything on his team super effectively until he Terrastalizes with the Quaquaval. And even if he does, we might still hit it super effectively. So obviously, because of that, there's no real reason to run Surf. I have a Rash Nature with the 40 EVs in attack. Usually I just go Modest and not really care about the U-Turn damage. But because it's good against Uxie, it's good against Weavile, and I have the Expert Belt, I want it to be doing a little bit more damage. This team is more, it's more momentum based than teams that I have used in the past. I feel like that's going to be really important with that Zapdos and Golden Go kind of being annoying to deal with. So, and that Uxie. We'll see what the Quaquaval wants to do. I'm sure it's going to make an appearance. So yeah, that is the Greninja. I'm hoping, like I said, Battle Bond, I'm hoping to late game sweep with this thing, and also just try to be a nuisance. I might lead with it. I might lead with this or something else on my team that we'll bring up a little later. So yeah, I didn't really go through his team, but that's fine. This is an Owen set, the Salamence set that I'm not totally sure I'm comfortable with, but we're gonna go with it anyway. We have the battle in about maybe 20 minutes, maybe an hour and 20. It really depends on when my opponent wants to battle. But yeah, we're gonna rock out with it and hope that it works. Terra Ghost here with Roost, Terra Blast, Dragon Pulse, and Flamethrower. With the Modest Nature, 248 HP, 80 Defense, 148 Modest Special, 148 EVs and Special Attack with a Modest Nature, and 32 Speed. The speed is just there. Oh, by the way, the speed on Greninja allows us to outspeed Garchomp. I'm not going to outspeed the Weavile anyway, so the next fastest thing on his team is Garchomp, which means we could run Modest. With this thing, with the 248 HP and 80 Defense, it means that an adamant, no boosting item Quaquaval cannot 3-hit KO us with Aqua Step, if he's at +1 and I'm still a dragon type. Obviously, that's a very contrived situation. Also, if he runs Muscle Band and he goes Jolly, that's a 10% boost, just like a nature. So it's the same thing, which I doubt he runs Muscle Band, but he might. But yeah, we have a little bit of speed just in case, Zapdos runs a little bit of speed and we can outspeed that. If he's no speed Garchomp, we can also outspeed that. Anything trying to speed creep a Salamence with no speed, we should be able to outrun that thing. So that's cool. And yeah, I don't think he's going to bring Ice Spinner because I am a Terra Salamence. I have been very apprehensive on terastallizing with my Salamence in this tournament so far. I don't know if my opponent's watching my videos or not, or doing any of his research. But yeah, so I'm hoping he runs some sort of setup. Well, hoping maybe he runs Rapid Spin. That would be great for me, or a setup item, setup move. Aqua Step, obviously. Close Combat, because I feel like he needs it for the Greninja, for the Serena, for the Apollyon, and then whatever his Terra thing is. Maybe it's Terra Electric and he just doesn't mess with Close Combat. But if it is Terra Electric, Serena's good against it. So he'll probably still have to run. Maybe he does run Ice Spinner. I don't know. But if he doesn't, if we know he doesn't have Ice Spinner, or we're fairly confident that he doesn't, we don't even have to Terrasilize. The Terra Ghost is mainly there for the Garchomp and the Golden Ghost, so I can hit that thing very strong, very hard with the Terra Blast. I consider Terra Ground, but I just feel like that's kind of weak against Quaquaval, and I want this to be my main answer for it. Or Heavy Duty Boots, just in case he is able to get hazards up. He does have that Golden Go to spin block, so that's obviously an issue for us. And yeah, that's the situation. We don't do that much damage with our 3 moves, to be honest, because we're only 148 modest. We're a special attacking Salamence, which is not as strong naturally as a physically attacking Salamence. But I felt like it was nice to kind of throw him off guard. Maybe he brings in a Fizz-Def Zapdos that's kind of weakened, and we can just hit him with the Dragon Pulse. Dragon Pulse is obviously nice for Garchomp. Flamethrower does a little bit more to Weavile, and if we're in a situation where he's got like a weakened Golden Go in and we know we outspeed, we can just go for Flamethrower on the off chance he does try to switch into Weavile. We'll get a lot of damage off on there. I didn't really know what else to put on this set, so I figured Flamethrower would be a good little option. So next up we have Serena again. Pretty much the same set. If you watch my last battle, Garchomp and Weavile were also on It's Whatever's team. So some of the sets are kind of similar in that aspect. We are 48 HP, 248 HP, 212 defense, and 48 speed. Let me pull up. I think that speed is for something. Maybe Golden Go. See, this is why I should do the research beforehand. But I don't really care. I mean, most people watching this probably have it on 50 speed. That's what I would do. Is it? Do I even outspeed a Golden Go? Let's check, guys. So this is actually good that I'm doing this. I don't. So I don't know what that 48... Oh, I think it's after a Rapid Spin I can outspeed a Zapdos or something. That's definitely what it is, because I want to try to get the Rapid Spin off. Or is it Golden Go? It might be Golden Go. It's not. Okay. Well, we have some speed there. Maybe at +2 I outspeed something? I don't really know. It's for something. I know that for sure. So, it's got plenty of defense. So, it's almost the same set as last week, basically, for the Garchomp, so that I don't get kind of swept by that thing. I know it's still a possibility, but with the protective pads, first of all, we don't get hit by static on Zapdos, which is nice. And we also don't get Rough Skin on the Garchomp. If it's Rocky Helmet as well, we don't get affected by that. No, we don't get affected by any Rocky Helmets on my opponent's team. And I feel like Knockoff is really nice, just to knock off some items. If I'm trying to Rapid Spin, the Golden Go is always going to come in, I think. Just to get, switch into that and then, go from there. If I can predict that and get a knockoff off, that's going to be really nice. And yeah, the U-turn is is nice. I have the U-turn over synthesis this week because again I feel like the momentum is going to be really helpful for me if we can get U-turns into my Okidogi or my Greninja. Mainly those are going to be the two. Then we're kind of cooking with grease. So that is the situation. I didn't mess with. I think last week I put some special defense investment in this thing, which actually ended up paying off against the Clefable, but it's just not worth it against this team. I think his only two real threatening special attackers are going to be Zapdos and Golden Go. I expect Zapdos to be defensive, so I'm not too threatened of that thing. I guess that's the way to say it. Golden Go might also be like a nasty pot recover, kind of bulky set like that, in which case we're all right. So, yeah, that's the Serena. Next up, we have Whisper, our Screamtail with the leftovers. 248 HP. It's actually the same exact set. It's 248 HP, 212 defense, 48 speed. Now this speed is definitely for something. I think it's for a Quaquaval. An adamant Quaquaval will not outspeed us. Is that what it is? Come on, help me out here. Or maybe it's Jolly. No way. So we will wait. No, so it's adamant. Yeah, so adamant Quaquaval hits 269 and Screamtail, this obviously we're 270, so we're gonna outspeed that thing no matter what until it gets an Aqua Step off. Wish, Protect, Dazzling Gleam, and Baton Pass. I feel like Baton Pass is really nice because Golden Go is always going to be the switch in. We can pivot into a Weavile with this thing, or a Garchomp, or even a Quack if we need to. Really, a lot of things on this team we can pivot into and then just get a Baton Pass off as that Golden Go switches in. And then next time, so we're able to punish that. Next time, he might be a little more hesitant to do that. So that's going to be really nice. And that's basically it. We're a pivot into his physical attackers, and hopefully we can pass some wishes on as well, which would be really nice. I think this thing can put in a good amount of work. Next up is Okidogi with our Punching Glove. We are Poison Jab, Ice Punch, Draining Punch, and Stomping Tantrum. We have enough speed to outspeed a Zapdos. We're 80 HP, 252 attack, and 176 speed with an adamant nature. So we'll be able to outspeed a Zapdos with, I think it's 12 EVs in speed or less. Which again, if that thing is bulky, it's probably not going to run a lot of speed. So that's what we're hoping for at least. Yeah, and then we do have the Toxic Chain. He's got no Intimidate users on his team, and I feel like even if he did, I'd probably still run Toxic Chain because it's really good against his team. If he doesn't bring Covert Cloak on anything, I think that if we're able to get poisons off, what is it? 30% chance? It's a 30% chance of badly poisoning on top of the Poison Jab's 30% chance to regularly poison. Just any sort of residual damage is going to be great for that Zapdos, for that Uxie, even for the Quaquaval maybe if it's a bulkier set. Now obviously the Golden Go is going to be the biggest switching unless he has a Covert Cloak on the Uxie or the Zapdos. If he does, we could try to knock those things off with the Serena. I'm thinking Boots is more likely on Zapdos. I don't know what Uxie might be. Cobra Berry. I saw Cobra Berry in a mock, so that's a possibility. But yeah, so if Golden Go switches in to either of my stabs, it doesn't affect it, right? Well, Stomping Tantrum is actually going to do double damage because it's 75 power. Power doubles if the user's last move failed. So it's going to fail if he brings in Golden Go. And then Stomping Tantrum is going to blow that thing back. We have a lot of speed on this, so I'm hoping he doesn't bring a lot of speed on the Golden Go. So, that's ideal. But mainly it's here. It's really nice actually for the Quaquaval. Depending on the set, he could run Terra Poison maybe if he really wants to. That would actually be not a bad bring against me. So brings that I still do have the Stomping Tantrum to do a little bit of damage. But if he's not Terra Poison or Terra Ghost, we should be. I don't think he's gonna bring Terra Ghost. I wouldn't imagine. Maybe he does. Terra Poison or Terra Ghost. He could be any Terra, to be honest, with the Quack, and that's going to be a threat. So, but if he's neither of those, Drain Punch is really good. We can actually take most... if we're at full, we can take that Quack on pretty well. You also have to figure in the chance that I poison it. Ice Punch is obviously nice for the Garchomp. And we are Punching Glove because it's basically like Protective Pads, but it gives you a boost. But it's only for punching moves. The thing is, all my moves are punching moves except for Stomping Tantrum, which is a non-contact move. So it's not going to get affected by any Rocky Helmets or Rough Skins, and it definitely not static because it doesn't affect Zapdos, unless I predicted a roost and I stomping tantrum, which is kind of unlikely. But it's toxic chain for. I guess it's possible. But yeah, punching glove again, just so we don't get staticked. Even if he switches into the Zapdos on a drain punch, I have a chance to get the toxic chain, and then that's just a winning situation. I don't get static no matter what, as long as my item isn't knocked off. And yeah, that's a good situation for me. So hoping that this thing can put it to work. It's obviously nice for Weavile. There's a lot of things on his team that take this thing on 1v1, but there's also a few things like the Quack, like the Weavile, like potentially the Golden Go, that I can really kind of sit in front of and threaten. So that's that. And then next up, last but not least, is going to be the URSALUNA. We are the Assault Vest URSALUNA. 248 HP, 80 special attack, and 180 special defense. We had 80 in speed for the Glimmet. I figured it's not really worth it, because, you know, I can Earth Power and then Vacuum Wave if it's Focus Sash anyway, so the speed isn't really that important. I had Moonblast over Vacuum Wave, but I figured Vacuum Wave would be nice as a little bit of priority, as well as hitting the Weavile really hard. If I'm not in Ice Shard range, I'll just Vacuum Wave. If it's low enough, it's just gonna drop to that thing. So that might be something that my opponent isn't looking out for. Maybe just a lapse in judgment or whatever. If anything's really low, we can try to pick it off with that, like a Garchomp or a Quack, or even a Golden Go, because it's gonna hit Golden Go super effectively, because it's a fighting type move, and Mind's Eye is gonna erase that immunity, which is really nice. So this Pokemon's obviously here for pretty much the Zapdos and the Golden Go, mainly the Golden Go though, because if it's Specs, it may 2-hit KO us with Make It Rain, because this thing's special defense is so bad. But if it's not Specs, we'll take a 2 of anything, and at that point we might just fire off a Blood Moon and it'll still hit that thing. It's still resisted, but it'll do some damage. I don't expect him to stay in and risk all that damage unless he's Shuckaberry. I did see a Shuckaberry in a mock, but yeah, this thing's definitely just going to be a pivot into those two, maybe even the Uxie as well. And Blood Moon is really, besides that Golden Go, which gets hit hard by Earth Power, the Blood Moon's doing a lot of damage to things. And I'm glad I put the 80 special attack, 80 EVs left over into special attack rather than speed, because that Blood Moon's going to be doing a little extra, and that's nice. Obviously, Hyper Voice is good, because if I Blood Moon, my opponent might be thinking, all right, he can't click a normal type move here. Let's go into, you know, Uxie or whatever, something that won't get hit by, or Zapdos, something that won't get hit by Earth Power. I can just Hyper Voice the next turn, and that'll be good news for me. So I had 2 mocks. I won the first one and then lost the second one. Both times they led with Weavile, and both times I believe I've led with Greninja, because I don't want him to get up spikes with the Garchomp. If he does that, obviously the last 2 games we've had are against Garchomps, and they've been more late game sweepers. But because of that spin blocker and the Golden Go, I'm more hesitant to lead Okidogi predicting the Weavile, because if he does just decide to run, you know, a defensive spike stack Garchomp, that's gonna be bad. That's gonna be a bad matchup to lead Okidogi, because it's not like I can just bring in Serena and Rapid Spin, because he's got the Golden Go. Even though I can knock off, that's not gonna 2-hit KO him, and I can't just sit in front of that thing. I gotta switch into URSALUNA, Spike stay on the field. That's a problem. So I think no matter what, I have to lead Greninja. If he's Yachi, he's Yachi. There's nothing I can do about that. But if he's not, then we can potentially get an Oko turn 1. If he's Scarfed, I should be able to live a hit, which is why I did not give the Greninja a negative physical defense nature. I gave it a negative special defense nature. I think it's gonna help against the Weavile and the Garchomp, whereas against Zapdos and Golden Go, I don't really need it. I resist the Golden Go's dual stab, so I'm not gonna get I'm not gonna get O-code by anything on that thing unless it's Focus Blast. And with the Zapdos, I'm not staying in on it anyway. So unless I think I can kill with Ice Beam. So that's a little bit of explanation for a few things. This is a 20-minute team builder. I hope it's been very insightful for everyone watching. So we're gonna have the battle hopefully in a few minutes, maybe in another hour. And yeah, I'm gonna cut to the battle right now, and I will see you guys there. All right, here we are in the battle, going up against J-Scurf, aka Jack. And so the lead off is going to be Greninja versus Weavile. He did a little blooper. He only brought one Pokemon, I think. So we're just gonna load back in. So he did bring the 6 that I was expecting, and if you watch the team builder before this, well, earlier in the video, I was hoping he'd lead Garchomp and not Weavile, because I wanted to lead Okidogi. But if I lead Okidogi and he leads Garchomp, that's really bad for me. Whereas Greninja, it's not as bad, I guess, because he can't go for a hazard here with the Weavile. We are just going to go straight into Screamtail. I wanted to go Okidogi, but I don't really want to lose any item. I could stay in a U-turn, but I'm just going to switch into Screamtail and gauge some damage with this Weavile. Assuming he stays in. I don't know if he stays in. Maybe he does decide to switch. He has Terra Ground on the Quaquaval, which, if we look at it, very interesting, actually. Terra Ground. We'll see. I guess it's good. It's good against Okidogi, obviously. So that is a concern for sure. If he does have Ice Spinner, that's a problem. So we're gonna switch here. Let's actually. I always forget to open the calculator. We are at 433 minus. How much does he do with this knockoff? 241. Wow. So that was 44% to me. Which, yeah, he's choice banded. Alright, that's good to know. Wow, I wish I brought Stealth Rocks then. Damn, I wish I brought Stealth Rocks. So we're gonna Baton Pass here. Or do we just double? I mean, there's no way he stays in. So I think we just double. Kind of want to go into Reveille here. Because what is his switching going to be? Yeah, obviously it's going to be the thing, but Baton Pass is so free. I'm just going to go Baton Pass, just in case for some reason he doesn't bring in Golden Go. So, that's that. There's a Golden Go. So now I want to go into Greninja and Extra Sensory on the Quaquaval switch. I think that's the easiest play for me. Obviously Ursaluna is the pivot into this thing, but if I have a free switch, there's really no reason not to just bring this in. And I doubt he stays in here and risks the Dark Pulse. Like, he could be Culber, I guess, but we're just going to make the Extra Sensory play. It's a bit of a bold play this early on in the game, but I'm going to do it anyway. Because the best thing he can hit me with is a Focus Sash, or a Focus Blast, and I don't think that's worth it. So yeah, he's going to switch into the Weavile. That sucks. Wow, okay. Oh boy. Damn. Well, I don't really want to go back into this, do I? I really don't want to lose my Expert Belt. But I can't go back into Screamtail, unfortunately. It's just going to die to 2 knockoffs. Does he low kick here then? Probably not, right? Damn, I wish I brought Stealth Rock. Does he really low kick here? I don't think he's going to low kick. I think I have to just risk this, get some damage off. And then go into Okidogi, because I really do value that Punching Glove. So, he does just knock off again. I'm going to lose my Expert Belt, unfortunately. But we'll get some good damage off here, and we'll get to go into Okidogi. That's going to do about half. So, I could go into Ursaluna, but I don't really want to do that. I'm just going to go into OK Bro here. And I doubt he stays in. I think well, he could bring in a few things. I think I'm just going to Poison Jab to try to get the poison off on something. So that's what we're going to do. If he goes into Golden Go, I can just Stomping Tantrum the next turn. So that kind of sucks, man. Alright, so he's going to switch. Going to go into the Zapdos. Okay. So we can gauge sort of what kind of set this thing is by the damage. Wow, that does a lot of damage. We do get the Toxic Chain as well. Okay. That does a lot. So he has got to be... His leftovers, he's got to be offensive. Like, completely offensive. Which kind of concerns me. I don't know if I like my URSALUNA to come in on this. I mean, if he's timid, which I would assume he is, I still take this pretty well, this Hurricane. Assuming that's what it's going to be here. He could roost, which honestly I'd prefer him to roost here. I doubt a Screamtail takes 2 of these. He already knocked off my leftovers. Yeah, it's not taking 2. Even if he's timid. What does Salamence do here? Yeah, Salamence is not taking 2 either. We have to go into URSALUNA here. Let's pull up the calculator. URSALUNA's going to be 429 HP. So let's see what he does. He could just U-turn. That's a pretty safe play for him. I know I don't outspeed based on the damage I do. I did. So, yeah. Hopefully, we see a Volt Switch. Okay, we see a U-turn. Down to 388. It did about 9.5%. So, which could be pretty valuable chip for him, honestly. Okay, so he's got... Looks like he's got... That was like a max roll if he has no... Oh, wait, he's definitely 31 IVs into that. Okay, so he could definitely just be timid. Yeah, he could just be timid or modest still. Because I was calculating with 0 attack IVs. I doubt he'd do that if he has U-turn. Damn, I really could have stayed in. That would have been crazy. I just feel like if it's offensive, you probably just click Hurricane there. Because I don't have any resistances on this team. So... I don't think it was a necessarily bad play on my part. It's going to bring back the Weavile. Now, I can actually just Vacuum Wave here, which is perfect. I'm so glad I brought Vacuum Wave back on this. I doubt he clicks Ice Shard. I don't really see the point in just letting this thing drop. There's no way this thing doesn't die to this. So, yeah, we're just going to go with the Vacuum Wave here. And this should pick off this thing, which is beautiful. So down... Oh! That's wrong. Hold up. Do I even have the... Oh, I know why. Hold up. Move to top. Okay. Boom! There we go. Quaquaval comes back in, or comes in for the first time. Okay, so I do want to bring in my Salamence on this, I think. If he has Ice Spinner, he's got Ice Spinner, but I don't think he wants to risk this thing. He doesn't know what's kind of set I am. And I think it's in my best interest to just go Salamence. Or do I go Apex? Because Apex can just drop kick this thing. Does Serena... It should definitely take this thing on. What about Salamence? Yeah, the problem with Salamence is that if he's bulky, I don't actually like to hit him. And since he's Terra Ground, I can really try to beat it with Serena here. If he's got Ice Spinner, he's got Ice Spinner. But, you know, I don't know this thing's set yet, so we kind of have to play a little bit safe against this. So he's going to Aqua Step, cap this damage. 347 down to 299. 13.8%. Wow, so he's okay. That was a pretty low roll if he's max attack Jolly, which means he might have some bulk. Even if he's max HP, a drop kick will always 2-hit KO him. I don't think he stays in, even if he has Ice Spinner. It's a bit of a tough play. I'm going to knock off. I think that's more... Yeah, I'm going to knock off because that'll kind of help me. Okay, he goes into Zapdos. I do have Protective Pad, so I'm not too concerned about that. And we do actually... Is this Toxic going to knock him out here? Oh my god. Okay. Wow, alright. That's sad. So, what do we bring in here? Wow, that was so close. Damn. We obviously want to keep this Serena around. Do we bring in the Screamtail here? What does Screamtail do for us? It's still nice against the Garchomp. It is still nice against the Garchomp. Weavile's down, so I feel like my own Salamence is also pretty nice against the Garchomp, which is good. Kind of wish I didn't bring Boots at this point, but it's neither here nor there. I think I'm gonna go into Screamtail because on the off chance he roosts, that's actually all right for us because we can just we can get a wish off. So we'll check out this. Nothing on his set here should knock us out. He does roost. Okay, that's actually not that bad because we can just wish here. Gonna get hit by the poison. He's still pretty low. I don't want a baton pass on the off chance I outspeed for whatever reason. So we're gonna go for a wish. Try to get that off. He does outspeed us. This isn't the worst thing in the world, I don't think. Golden Go comes in. The issue I see here is that he could be scarfed and then my wish is useless, so I don't really want a baton pass. He could also trick. That would be certainly an unfortunate circumstance to get Ursaluna tricked. Because then he gets an Assault Vest and he's... Damn, that would suck. But if he was scarfed, he might even stay in it. Wait, no, because I was full health with the Greninja. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't think Greninja takes a hit here. Yeah, it's not going to take a Make It Rain if he's offensive. I could just go into Okidogi. I could make that play. Because Okidogi's not dying from anything here. Unless he's like Choice Specs. Choice Specs Make It Rain does a lot. I'm going to go into Ursaluna. If he's Trick, he's Trick, you know. I could also Protect. The issue with Protect is you can Nasty Plot. And I do not want to deal with that. But then I do have Greninja. No, I'm going to go Ursaluna. I don't want to end up losing Ursaluna if he goes for Nasty Plot. The issue is I don't know what this thing's set is. So we might find out right here. He's going to substitute. Okay. Okay. So we're going to get a little bit of health back here. So if he has substitute, I don't think he has Focus Blast. We are going to see the leftovers there as well, so that's good to know. Okay. So we're just going to Earth Power and see what this thing is going to do to us. And having the leftovers is better for me because I know he doesn't have Colbur Berry, which is good. Definitely good for us. So, yeah. Nasty Plot, okay. Oh boy, so a Nasty Plot. Definitely gonna break this. If he has no bulk, and Earth Power is just gonna knock him out. And even if he's like max HP, Earth Power will still knock him out. And even if it doesn't, a Vacuum Wave will do the trick there. So I think we're just going to we're gonna have to stay in and just Earth Power this. I hope it doesn't get Magnet Rise. But would you really be solo? You'd have one attack at that point. Yeah. I don't think anything knocks us out here. Since you're leftovers. Unless you're Focus Blast. If you're Focus Blast, that is quite the issue. But I'm going to Earth Power. He is Focus Blast and he misses. Wow, he was Focus Blast. I don't know his set. That knocks him out. With a crit. Oh my god. We're getting so lucky. I'll have to ask him after the game, because if he's like, I don't know what set he is. See, Golden Go is one of those Pokemon that it can be anything, and I know because I used a Golden Go in a league that I did pretty well in on Showdown. If he's like modest with no investment, that Focus Blast will never knock me out. If he's timid with some investment, I mean, it all depends on his set. And the crit on the Earth Power also depends. You know, I don't know what kind of bulk he has. But yeah, yeah, I'm sorry about that. I mean, no matter what, like it does a crap ton of damage, no matter what his set is. Even if he had no investment. So at this point, I don't really think I need the URSALUNA all that much. Do I go into... The problem with going into Serena here... Well, I don't know... Blood Moon's going to do a lot to this thing. I know it's probably max attack Jolly. Which means none of his moves will kill me here. And if he goes for Aqua Step against I bring in Serena, I think that's just a losing battle. So I think he has to Swords Dance here. So if he has it, or Bulk Up, I'm going to Blood Moon here. There's the Swords Dance. And at this point, anything will knock us out for sure. We're going to Blood Moon. We bring it down really low. And at this point, we can just Vacuum Wave. He doesn't get any prior... Well, he does get Aqua Jet, but that's not going to knock us out. He might switch. This may be a switch out here. Okay, he does not switch. So we're gonna knock out the Quaquaval, which is huge. And I can Blood Moon again on whatever comes in. So at this point, we really just have to make sure that Garchomp doesn't sweep us. That is the issue that we are in right now. But I don't think he can really set up on this thing. And if he brings in Zapdos, I'm not sure what I do there. Zapdos doesn't have an item. We know it's not Scarf, so that's good for Greninja. And at this point, we just have to make sure Garchomp doesn't get set up. If he's max HP, Blood Moon still does a heck of a lot. Whatever that means. And I'm pretty sure Salamence can take any hit even if he's at +2, because then he'll be at +1. Okay, Zapdos comes in. Trying to think. Because if he U-turns on the Whisper, he can get in Garchomp. But without being able to Scale Shot, I don't know how he boosts his speed there. Unless he's got a Salic Berry. And, well, if he's got a Salic Berry, then good for you, I think. But I think how do I not lose this? If I just Blood Moon, I think I'm okay. Well, I don't want to Blood Moon here because then he can... Yeah. How much is this Hurricane doing to me? Doing a little bit. But if he gets a Confusion, and then I'm confused against Garchomp, and then I'm in a rough... It's not the best position. But if I switch, I don't think he's going to U-turn here. There's no way he U-turns, right? So I could just sack Scream Tail, I think. But no, I'm going to stay in Hyper Voice. Did I get it off? He is going to land a Hurricane. That doesn't do that much. He gets the Confusion. Oh boy. Let's see, do I get this off? I don't. That did like 0 damage to me, so that's good. That's kind of deserved because the Focus Blast miss. See, I want the Scream Tail around because it stops him from Scale Shotting. That is the only thing it is good for at this point. To be honest. I think I kind of do want to sack this thing because I can still live a hit from Garchomp at the range I'm at. No, but what did I just say? I don't want to do that. We're gonna Hyper Voice again. He does connect with another Hurricane. I'm still confused. I land the Hyper Voice. This is gonna knock out the Zapdos. Okay. So at this point, he definitely brings in Garchomp. And does a Scale Shot knock me out? Thing is, I could just get confused here. This is rough. I don't know if a scale shot knocks me out or not. I guess we can check. He's jolly. I don't think there's a reason to not just go into Scream Tail here. I mean, scale shot shouldn't, but if he's like, if he gets a lot of hits, then it's a little bad for us. I hope he's not Salakberry. That would suck. I hope he's not Yachi as well. Dragon Claw. Okay. Okay. This is good for us. We're going to Dazzling Gleam here. He does Swords Dance. Good news about if he, well, I don't know. If he's Salak, let's see how much this does. Is it, I'd say about 40%. What if he's sub Salak though? I think my Salamence can still take a hit. If he's at +1 because of Intimidate, I don't want to Baton Pass because if he's Substitute, the Intimidate doesn't work on him. We didn't see an item either. Terra Ghost. I don't think any move he can go for can knock me out. So, yeah, unless he gets a critical hit. So we're gonna Dazzling Gleam again. He does Earthquake here, so that's gonna knock me out. Does Greninja knock him out at this point? I don't have my Expert Belt. Ice Beam with a Yachi. Wait, let's see. How much did that Scream Dazzling Gleam did? I feel like it did like 40%. So does a Yachi Berry save him? It might. It really might. I think I have to go into Owen and hope he's not Haban. No, but wait, if he's Yachi, it's still doing enough to the point where he doesn't, like, yeah. He dies to a Vacuum Wave, I think, afterwards. And I want the Salamence because it's super effective against the Uxie. Because of the Terra Ghost. So we're going to bring this thing in. And we are going to click Ice Beam. We do outspeed this. He's going to switch. He's going to withdraw. Okay. Okay. So we lost our Scream Tail. But we got some information on that set. That does very little. We don't see an item either. Kind of want to switch into URSALUNA here, predicting a U-turn. I mean, obviously I'm gonna U-turn myself. If he's Rocky Helmet, that's actually good to know. I have a feeling this thing's gonna be Colberberry. So so he's at about 55 to 60%. We're gonna go. I don't want him to Thunder Wave. I don't think he'd knock off. If he has U-turn, he has U-turn. That's fine with me. So yeah, we're gonna bring in URSALUNA and hope we see a Thunder Wave here. I think that's his plan, is to go get the Thunder Wave off on the Greninja. Amnesia. Okay. That's really bad. Because I don't really, I don't have much to deal with that. Does he have Rest? Is he Resto Chesto? I don't know, man. I'm just gonna Blood Moon. Extra Sensory. Does very little. We're gonna get a Blood Moon off. This is gonna do like nothing. Yeah. So he's at +2. That did very little. He probably has Rest. I think he's gonna Rest here. Let's see, do I switch? I don't really want to switch. That's bad. I don't know if this thing has a lot of speed. If it does, then it's gonna outspeed Okie Dokie, which is really bad. Let's go ahead and hyper voice. An extra sensory again. We does not get the flinch. I don't know if this is gonna knock me out or not. We're gonna Blood Moon. Okay, that is gonna knock us out. URSALUNA's down. Where's my URSALUNA? Poor guy. I can't find... Okay, what the heck? Okay, there it is. Alright. Move to top. URSALUNA's down. Kinda wanna go Salamence. Because if he is Colbert, I don't even know if I knock him out. As sad as that is. With the Greninja. We have 30 seconds. We're not expert belt. I just told you we're not expert. Sorry, I'm stressing about this thing. Oh wait, I can just U-turn. I forgot. I can easily just U-turn. That's definitely gonna knock him out. Which is great for us. So we don't have to worry about any of that. We're just gonna go for the U-turn. I don't know if this activates. It probably will activate Battle Bond, which kind of sucks, right? So. There's that Battle Bond. Too bad we gotta switch. All right. Whew. Again, I just couldn't risk it. If he's like max Spadef +2, and then I'd like die to something stupid, then that would just suck. So, I think we go Okie Dokie and force him to Earthquake us. An Earthquake should knock us out, right? It should. I mean, if he's adamant. The thing is, we don't have any use for Okie Dokie at this point, so I don't even mind bringing it in. The thing is, if I bring in Salamence, I'm not even sure if Intimidate goes off, since I came out on nothing. And if he is Yachi, and he goes up to +2, I don't know, but I'm gonna Ice Punch. He does Earthquake. And that is going to not knock us out. And Ice Punch is going to knock him out. So we're going to win in 4-0 fashion. I'm sorry I kind of got like... I got a little bit... Like, I just stopped explaining things as much at the end. Because I was really trying to concentrate on not losing. That might be how it is for the last 2 games. If we even get that far. So we are into the semifinals of the BBR. Summer Scramble. Obviously the Focus Blast miss with the Golden Go is, you know, that sucks. But it's a 70% accurate move. And, you know, and then I get the crit on top of it, which is just awful. But, yeah, it's going to be a 4-0. We're going to move on. I don't know who we battle at this point. I don't know if they're, well, I'll find out. But yeah, like I was saying, like I just didn't want to lose to that Garchomp at the end. I don't even know if it had Skill Shot because it had Dragon Claw as well. Swords Dance, Earthquake. It could be Skill Shot last move. But at that point, I feel like he would have gone for it if he had it. There's a lot of things about his team I just don't know. Like, I don't know what the Uxie set was. Obviously, Banded Weavile. Quaquaval we didn't really know much about. Offensive Zapdos. Golden Go died very quickly. And then Garchomp was kind of an enigma. So, anyway, that's going to be it. GG's to J-Scurf. And, yeah, hell of a run so far. We're at semifinals, so it's actually kind of funny. We're guaranteed money. We could make, I don't even know how it works out, but I think the top 4 get part of the prize pool. So that's exciting. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time in the semifinal battle.